Welcome to Mommy Issues, a podcast where an ex-reality TV star mom
and her reality TV loving daughter
bridge the gap between their generations through celeb news, all things Bravo,
and their own personal mommy issues.
I'm so tired, but I'm going to get it together. I'm going to get it together because I was low energy last week. And it's
You were, right? You heard it?
Honestly,
something.
I didn't hear it, but Chanel messaged me and was like,
"Are you okay?"
Yeah, she was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Nope, not okay."
Yeah,
but
I'm
it's
telling
okay.
you, I told you. All right, well, double energy today.
Double energy. I have tea, so it's going to be great. Highlights and lowlights.
Highlights and lowlights. I'm going to LA tomorrow.
You are.
So I will be with Lola tomorrow. That is my highlight.
Are you excited?
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
Do I look high?
You look something.
I'm a little high. I just took a hit of a joint, so
I'm a little high too, but I'm supposed to be high, but nothing's happened.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding. I haven't done that.
Okay, your high is Lola. What's your low?
My low is just, that it's late and I still have a million things to do before I have an issue with trips, I don't pack in advance, and then I hate to overpack. I went to Anguilla carry-on, like all those events, carry-on.
You're in my highlight.
Aren't I good?
Mommy, I have so many thoughts on your Anguilla trip.
Why thoughts? Why? What did I do? Did I do something wrong?
No.
I feel like it's a criticism.
No, I'm actually gonna. I put it as my highlight.
Oh, wow.
My highlight is Ken being your photographer, and I loved the story trope of you walking really far away from the camera and then turning around, being like, "Come on, let's go."
Yeah. That was his idea.
Loved it so much. I can't even explain it to you. I wrote it down as my highlight because I was like, this is
But you liked it as in you're mocking me?
No, genuinely loved it.
So let me tell you. So, Amy, friend of the pod, one of the founding members of the pod, Amy, her daughter Caro.
Oh, yes.
She's pregnant again.
Oh, wow. Congrats.
Yeah. Not Amy.
No,
like me would be the immaculate conception. No, not the immaculate conception, but whatever. Anyway,
it would be something. It would be Janet Jackson, is what it would be.
Yeah, it would be something. Anyway, she was like, I need to see everything you packed because I need to understand
how you got it in a carry-on.
Everything in the carry-on. Well, there was 4 events.
Yeah, but it's also a beachy location. It's very. I know,
but there were long dresses.
Yeah. No, listen, it's impressive. But I loved your stories. If that was Ken's idea, tell him I love his work. I like how he's thinking about this.
I mean, do you really think there was one vision where I'm walking towards the camera in the white dress, whatever? Amazing. That's because he's always filming me.
No, Mommy, you have Alex Rodriguez to your J-Lo. Remember when Alex Rodriguez was constantly like this to J-Lo on the red carpet when there was like photographers? He was like her biggest fan. I mean, he cheated on her, but he was her biggest fan.
Well, there's a biggest fan aspect of it, but also there's me complaining, I don't post enough content, but I hate to take pictures. You need to take pictures of me when I don't notice, so that then if I like some, that kind of thing.
But that's exactly the right mentality, because I think when you think, oh, I don't want to post on Instagram, it's because you're thinking that it has to be some sort of performative element of your life. And it's not. You have to think about it in a way of like, oh, I'm just sharing parts of my life. The way that I reframed my Instagram thing, because I would feel the same way. I take photos on my actual camera, and at the end of the night, I look, if I'm feeling like, oh, am I feeling like I want to share stuff? I will look at my photos and be like, oh, I like that. And then post it, instead of it being like, open Instagram, swipe open the camera, put on you know what I mean? Just, it's actually your life. So you don't feel like you're doing anything for social media.
There's things like that. And then, it like this thing that was fun, and they wanted us to take a lot of pictures because then the whole group shared all the pictures, and which, by the way, that was such a highlight. It was such an amazing trip. so
I thought
much.
that was gonna be your highlight
I
because
you
it
know,
looks
it's
so
just that
nice.
feels like last week. It was so nice. The whole thing was a vibe. I don't know how to explain it to you. The events were perfectly curated to be beautiful, but not stuffy in any way.
Ooh, how big
The
was this wedding?
It was like 80 people, which
Oh,
also
that's
made
a
it,
good amount.
maybe it was a little more. She had told me it was 80. It was the perfect group of people. They were all, some of them I knew already. Just what a great group of friends they have.
So
Everybody was just
fun.
rooting for it was great from the moment, like, I got on a plane, because we got on a plane with people that were going, to the
Oh, that
moment I
that
landed.
is the most fun.
Yeah, there
To
was because
travel from, like, the get is
yeah,
very
yeah,
fun.
it's not everybody, but because that was the direct flight to Anguilla, there was at least 5 or 6 couples on there with us, and it was nice, it was fun, it was relaxing. There were times that I was like, I looked like I was catatonic because it's so zen.
Oh,
When I had moments like in the beach, or,
yeah.
we'd have brunch and then we would sit and just,
Like,
you
there
couldn't
was
even.
nothing to do, like,
No,
in a
no.
wonderful way.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I want that. I need that.
You
I
need
need
that.
that. I'm
Yeah.
struggling. My low is I feel like I'm going through it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cry.
No, I know. I know that you're there. I could tell that you're there. It's a lot.
I'm at, like, a breaking point for real. I'm gonna cry, and that's okay.
It's okay. Well, Saturday, why don't you let me on Saturday, like, take Lola all day and
Yeah.
put her to sleep at night, and you have a whole date day and night.
Yeah,
You know
I
what I
mean,
mean?
yeah, it's so I love spending time with Lola, and I think it'll be nice to have you here, and, like, it's always nice to be with your kid, with a family that's obsessed with
Yeah.
your kid, because then it's like, then I get to spend time with her, but I don't have to be chasing her
Yeah, yeah,
around.
yeah, yeah.
That's really hard, but it's also I what I wrote down, I was just looking at my notes, and I was like, my low, I must have written this when I felt really low. I just wrote, I'm kind of going through a lot with life and work and the facade of what I thought my life would be, and January.
Yeah.
What
Well, I'll
I
tell
wrote
you,
down.
January, it's funny. 2023 was a really tough year, and I know that I'm not the only one that felt that way. A lot of my friends have felt that way, and
Collectively, I think
collectively, I think
'cause
people
I've
felt,
heard it from a lot of people too.
everybody was like, "Good riddance, 2023," and yet 2024 hasn't. You know what I mean?
I
Considering
mean, it's mid-January.
it's mid-January, but, like, I things, like, already complicated shit is happening, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's fine, it's not like a big deal, it's just a nuisance, you know? Like a nuisance, people just, just people being people.
It
And
is champagne problems, and, like, obviously, there are so many crazy things going on in the world. It's like, I don't even have to say that, but yes, it's like something about January makes you it kicks your ass, and it's like kicking my ass. And it
and I thought,
also doesn't help that the end of the year wasn't like this, like, relaxing thing. It's like
which, right, what it was
it
supposed
just
to be
feels like
too,
my gears are
piling on.
grinding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that way too. I feel, I think about, all the, you need to manifest this, you need to manifest that, but and there's also this kind of feeling put out there by the media, social media, other people, that January you're supposed to do something and kind of morph into some much better version of yourself. And
Yeah.
that has not happened at all.
Well,
In
it
fact,
doesn't
I
happen to
am.
anyone.
No, but I have not made any changes in my diet, in my lack of exercise,
I
because
don't
I
think
don't
that's a
know.
bad thing.
No, no, I'm just, it's bad. It's bad. I've not taken the opportunity or the impetus of a new year that tells you, come on, do this. It's like, no, I'm such a lazy ass.
Oh, well, I think you just have to change your frame of mind because to me, I feel like I need to be a little bit more like that because there's something about the month of January that triggers this like perfectionist in me again
Right.
that I am always trying to be like kind
No,
of just
wait till you get to
manage
my
her
age.
and
Yeah,
be
no,
like, hey, like
that was
relax.
me before. I'm not
No,
like that anymore.
but
I'm
but
like,
you have to just like I'm just saying for me, like I have to be more like that. But for you, you shouldn't you're being so mean to yourself. Like, you're
I'm
not a
but
lazy ass, and you're not
I
supposed
have
to
been
do.
so nice to myself for too long. For
Okay, got it.
too
You gotta kick your ass into gear a
Yes, yeah,
little
yeah,
bit.
yeah. When I tell you it's because no, I don't even believe in like killing yourself or anything. No. No,
No, neither do I. I
every
can't.
day. By the way, if any of our listeners are not feeling well or have a flu or have something, go
Oh
to
my
the
gosh.
doctor
Okay. We
because
don't
it
need to
is
hear your People Magazine
I don't care.
stories,
No, it's
but
not. It's
yes.
today, but it's no. Do you not see every day really young people
Of
dying?
course.
What's happening? So just go to the doctor.
Okay.
We can't afford to lose one listener.
That's actually really true. And honestly, leave a review before you die. Please. Okay. We should get into stuff.
Yeah,
I
let's
don't
get
know
into
what's going
stuff.
on.
All right, you watched Miami, which
I
is why we're
watched
doing this so
Miami.
late. All
Yeah.
right. So let's start with that because I have some things to say.
Okay.
First of all,
Go ahead.
you're welcome for another episode brought to you by Anna Q
Oh
because
God.
Jesus Christ, like
They
they
won't
keep
stop
talking
talking.
and belaboring the same thing. And I've already shared on our podcast and on David's podcast, all the different things that happened. And, that Alexia texted me shortly thereafter and wanted to talk. And when I saw in the episode today, which was obviously after the brunch, that she said, because you know what kind of person Anna is.
Mm.
You know what kind of person Anna is.
That's what Alexia said.
And I'm telling you, it triggered me. So I need to let Alexia know what kind of person I am.
Oh.
I think it's important. So we can get out of the way the fact that I'm a lawyer, a 5-time published author, an entrepreneur.
Oh.
Uh, I'm literate. I
Ooh.
am, most importantly, a mother of 2 amazing, industrious, educated, postgraduate lawyer, um, independent, you know, happily married, well-adjusted citizens of the universe. And on the flip side of that is Alexia.
Don't go for her kids. Let's
I'm not
just
going for her kids.
But you're just
Who
using me and Kathy as ammo for
that
something, and I just
I'm
wanna
not
make
using
sure.
it. Stop. I
Okay,
am
okay.
listing the things that
I
you know
know.
how Anna is, so I'm telling you how Anna is.
Oh boy.
So, um, and by the way, I'm not going to go for Frankie, but Peter's fair game. But that's not even it. Let's start with the fact that when I was in college and law school, she was dating drug dealers, not even like the really important drug dealers, like the sidekick to drug dealers. That's who she dated. And of course, she didn't know then she married a drug dealer, had children with drug dealers. In fact, one of her children was when the husband got out for 5 minutes and she had another kid with him, right? Drug dealer now turned pedophile. Okay. And then she hasn't really accomplished anything. What has she done? She has, by her own admission, at almost 60 years old, never bought herself a car, never bought herself a house, probably never even bought herself a pair of shoes. Okay. Her son, who has tried to roofie you, has beat up homeless people, has beat up women, and is still living off the money that the man, okay, who was amazing to her and her children, left for him because he does not make any money. He is living off Herman's money after she ridiculed him for being gay on national TV and pretended she didn't know when she knew. You know what kind of person Alexia is? That, she doesn't get to say that about me. And we have been nice and we have not really said terrible things about her. And there is a lot more where that came from. But to perpetuate this idea that what kind of person Anna is, like if I'm some kind of monster, when you send me a text, good morning, it's been a few weeks since the Mother's Day brunch, and pretending like everything's fine. This is the effect. I want to blame Marisol, but Alexia's an adult. Okay. And she's stupid, but she's not that stupid. And the fact that Marisol is influencing her to continue to say these things about me. It's you know why it is I'm sharing. It's not even that I am mad about it because it is how ridiculous for someone like her to say what kind of person I am about someone like me. You know what I mean? If the
It's not
scales
on the
were like,
same level.
come, are you serious? You know, it's like just calladita más bonita, you know? I honestly believe that better to stay quiet and let people think you're a fool than to speak up and remove all doubt. She should shut up.
Wow.
Sorry, I had to get that out.
No, I get it. Listen, uh, I am just as confused as to why Alexia is going so hard in the paint about you when you guys actually didn't have the falling out that like you had with Marisol.
Right.
Because I understood why she was going to leave the luncheon to support Marisol because they've had
I
their
even understood that
differences
too. Mhm.
regarding loyalty. But now to do it this intensely for what?
For what?
Why?
And then that whole thing of like, you know what kind of person, and like if it's like a well-known fact that she's going to just, very matter of fact, say something that no, what's very matter of fact that's that everybody knows what you are. Everybody knows your story,
Yeah.
you know? And it's amazing to me the audacity to say something like that. She could say something like that about so many people near her in her vicinity, but about me when
Yeah. It doesn't even make
the
sense.
things that I've done in my life are verifiable. Everybody knows where I was in the 80s, you know, in
Yeah.
in in college and law school. Everybody knows in the 90s I was raising kids and starting a law practice and building a house and create, you know, just literally I can't and I'm done. Like
She
the
literally
whole
can't.
thing, right? Yeah, I just that was very Housewives with me. I cannot. No, she's become fair game again. It's open season on Alexia.
Whoa.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, these women are going to be blinded by the show itself and the fact that it is their meal ticket at the end of the day. Like this is their bread and butter. This is what they've waited for. So I think that Alexia sees you as like a very real threat to her life, her like coming in on the show and potentially like ruffling it. I don't know.
I
I'm
don't think
just
that that's that don't well, maybe she has such a little mind that she thinks that that's the threat. I'll tell you what it really is that every time she looks at me, she sees what she isn't. And that is something that when you get to a certain age, you need to look back at your life and say, am I okay with who I am? If I died tomorrow, will I feel that I kind of did some good shit? Yeah. Yeah. I do. I have so much more to do, guys. I really do. I have so much more to do, and I'm hard on myself, and I don't think
she's
that
got
I'm enough, and I don't think that I have all sorts of hangups. I know that that whole little spiel sounded very self-assured. No, I am insecure like the next person. But
mm,
if some person like that with no education, no nothing, who has spent her life, living off men and not focusing on the things she needs to focus on to grow as a woman, as a person, then that pisses me off because I may not know that I'm better than I don't know these eye drops, but I know I'm better than Alexia.
mm, go off. I can't even. I'm not going to say anything because I feel like anything I say you're going to be like, "No."
You have to be on my side.
That's why I'm not saying anything because I just want to be on your side. How's
Okay,
that?
good. Good.
Okay, well, let's also speak on the fact the whole Nicole Alexia Marisol thing.
They want to hate her.
They want to hate her so bad. But like the fact that like you did have a lunch with Nicole
Yes.
and like had told her stuff that obviously she knew she was privy to the fact that you and Alexia and Marisol do not get along. So it was the fact that like she knew you were coming and didn't give him a heads up. I actually understand why they could be mad at her, but it doesn't take away from the fact that Alexia and Marisol do not like her, have never liked her, and have been looking for a reason to not like her. And this is like the perfect opportunity to be like, no, we're done with you. We're done with you.
If I could not have predicted that anybody would get up and leave and make a spectacle of this and make it the storyline for like going on 4 episodes already, um, how could she have known that? not everybody in that room likes each other. Not everyone in that room at
Yeah.
this moment is cool with each other. It's housewives. There is a conflict of brewing constantly.
Yeah.
Who cares? You know? So there is they have no right to blame her the way that they're blaming her.
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree. I just think, yeah, I just think washing Nicole's hands of like the blood is not completely fair either, because I do think that she had some awareness is all. But it's also like, why does Nicole want to be like on good graces with Alexia and Marisol so
That's
badly?
what I don't no, I don't think she does anymore. I think I don't think she wants to be in good graces with them, and I don't think she has any interest in being best friends with them. I think she just doesn't want to have beef with
Beef with
people
anyone.
constantly. Yeah.
She doesn't want drama in her life for
Yeah, she
real.
doesn't. She doesn't need that. But
Ugh. Adriana telling Alexia, or not telling Alexia, but just saying that Nicole is the real Cuban Barbie and that's why she hates her so bad.
she didn't tell her. She said in an
She said,
interview,
oh, but it's
and
like,
Andy
God,
brought it up today.
I can't wait to see her reaction to that because it'll be like, oh, that's not true. I thought, you know what I mean? It's going to be very like, I please, she's not the Barbie.
Ay, por
Oh,
favor.
maybe she's the Kelly, but I'm the Barbie. That's what she's going to say if she knows who Kelly is. Forgotten
Doesn't.
Kelly. Um, what did you think about Julia walking the runway at 50?
I thought that was great.
I thought it was
I
great
thought she did
too.
so good.
I do agree that I wish when she was
She
doing
should have
her
shown
fitting,
more.
at the fitting, I was like, yes, like we're getting a little like skin, and then she completely covered up.
Yeah,
I
I
wonder
don't know
if
if
that
that
was
was her
her.
decision.
You don't think it was her?
No,
I don't think it was
no,
her either. She's not like that.
no, she's not. She's very comfortable. And Kiki's like a
Oh my
superstar.
God. Kiki is on
Kiki's the
another
real
level.
deal as far as modeling. Wow.
On another level. Her walk. When
Yeah.
I think it was like the casting guy was like the best walk at Miami Fashion Week. I'm like, no, for real. She's like Naomi Campbell. Naomi Campbell? Naomi
Naomi.
Naomi Campbell, walk, Naomi Campbell, walk.
No, she looked great. Wow, she's such a
Oh,
pro.
um, and then everyone leaving Kiki's after party
That's so
was
awful.
so awful. That was crazy. But it was also like, feed these women. Feed
Yeah.
the women. Have snacks everywhere, always, all the
Everywhere,
time.
right? Don't they have that? I mean, they do that everywhere.
That's what happened. I think I heard Lisa say, like, I'm starving. And somebody was like, yeah, me too. Like, they had eaten and then gone back to the fashion show. Like, these girls were
Yeah.
hungry. We need
Uh-huh.
food.
Yeah.
But that was not right. That was not right at all.
No, that was not right. Poor
That made me
Kiki.
sad. Um, and then the other thing was Gertie moving into like this next phase of her cancer diagnosis was really sad.
Yeah. Very tough. Very tough.
We're watching her in her denial phase of grief, it felt like. Because I think when we first got Gertie's cancer diagnosis, it was like she was Gertie. She was like very uplifting and still very positive, and it was like really inspiring. But it's also like there's an element of this of you get told you have cancer, and there has
And
to
not only
be.
that, you have to have a second surgery and you have to have,
Right, it's a pile on it. I think,
chemo and yeah.
yeah, that's what happened. It was just like she
Yeah.
got this diagnosis and she was like, "It's gonna be okay. People get cancer and survive
I'm
it."
gonna be five, right?
And then we got more and more and more, and then we saw her really settling into like, "Oh, I have cancer. Like, I actually have cancer." And it was really dark. But isn't she what's the status on Gertie now?
No,
Is she
she's cancer
fine?
free right now.
Okay, I think I needed to know that because I was like,
Yeah,
this is getting
she
a
is, but it was
little.
a real struggle and you
Oh,
know what? But they
yeah.
have such a great family. He's so supportive. Um, I just he's usually quiet, but we're gonna see Russell kind of at some point, because I remember seeing it in the finale where he just like, don't fuck with my woman.
Yeah.
I saw that side of him. So that's
He's
exciting to see. I hope that they show that.
I love him so much.
Me too.
What a great guy. What a great
What a
guy.
great guy.
We're not talking Beverly Hills today because it's like not even on right now for me. But did you watch last week?
I watched, I don't know. I watched this week too, but it was a little while. I just don't remember
You
what it
don't
was.
remember.
No.
I just like the only thing I wanted to say was every episode I'm loving Kyle Richards more. I
You are,
love
yeah.
the Kyle Richards that has just like found herself and is
Yeah.
unapologetic about
I
it.
like it. I like it too. I
I'm
like that too.
so happy for her. And like, she seems like in her testimonial, she seems so firm and clear on these like decisions that she's made for herself in her life. And you actually can't talk shit about somebody's life when they're like that. Cause you're like, oh, you're really doing the thing that you want to be doing now. And you can tell, like, I don't know, we watch her on episodes from like seasons before, and she's always just like, you know what I mean? She's like this
Yes,
really
that's
insecure girl, and
yes,
we
so
have not
insecure.
seen that from
No.
Kyle this season, and it just is like a testament of this is really Kyle, and we actually should encourage and accept this version. That's my stance now.
Yeah. No, I do like this version. I hate the fidgety, uncomfortable in my own
Well,
skin
nobody
Kyle.
wants to watch that because then
No.
you start feeling uncomfortable and you're just like,
Mhm.
"Ooh, ooh, ooh." That's what happens. Like when you start touching your hair and then I start touching my hair and then I start touching my hair and you start touching your hair. You know what I
Really?
mean? No, I'm just saying, no, just
I
like
don't even notice that.
just when somebody's fidgety, I tend to
Yeah, you get fidgety.
mimic
Right.
people's like energy, so I start getting fidgety, and I think that's like a common thing.
I love watching women because I get so mad at women for being, and men,
You just expect a lot from
I
women
expect
is
so much
really
from
what it
women, and
is,
then men,
which
it's
is
like I
why
expect them to behave like idiots half the time. So I don't even hold it against them because that's the best you can do, dude, you know? But women, like I will see it's just so interesting. You will see a woman walk into a room who's very attractive, looking good, and then all of a sudden you see women going like,
adjusting themselves.
"Yeah, I hate that."
But you're too hard. It's you're so hard on yourself, so you're so hard on women, and which means
Right.
you were hard on us, which is really the foundation of everything that's wrong with our relationship.
I am really hard on
It's the
women and on
reason
myself.
why I'm hard on myself. I don't know. I don't think Kathy's that hard on herself, and I'm
No.
just curious how to get that mentality. If we can do like a what's it called? A lobotomy, just switch
Yeah.
brains.
When I get to LA, I'm gonna give you a lobotomy.
Okay, perfect. You know what
Yeah.
I was thinking about the other day? Do you remember this was like probably 4 or 5 years ago when I it was Christmas break in Miami and I had my hair short, but I had cut it off myself. I was for sure going through like a phase. Cut it super short myself and then I wanted to dye it lighter and we went at like midnight to Walgreens to get box dye.
Oh my God.
And then we went home and we were so excited. We are like, "Yes, we're going to
And
dye
I'm
my
like, "I
hair.
can do it. I'm
We
really
can
good
do
at
it."
that."
And then it was like bright orange, and we had to get back. I had to wash my hair, get in the car, go back to Walgreens. It's at like 1:30 in the morning at this point to get another color, and then came back and redid my hair. It ended up being fine, but it wasn't great. A self chop and a box dye, not
You
once
you
but
cut your
twice.
own hair?
I cut my own hair.
You
My
loved doing
my
that.
hair was down to like
You gave Lola a mullet. Don't touch her hair anymore, please.
whatever.
She has a mullet.
I asked my hairdresser, I was like, "Can I bring her here?" And she was like, "No, you just take, I'll show you how to do it. You take a pair of scissors, you just cut it right here so they can see." She's like, "Do not give her a
Yeah,
haircut
but
right
you
now."
used kitchen shears.
What was I supposed to use?
Okay.
A knife?
No, Beba, get a scissor that's to cut hair for little kids with a blunt edge.
You don't want me to get that because then I
You'll
will
go
cut
crazy.
her hair every day. I'll be like, "Oh, it grew an itch, get to cut it." That's my dream. That was like my dream job was a
That's
hairstylist.
right. That's right. You
Can I
wanted to
tell
be
you
a hair.
something, especially now that her hair is getting long? I just like will walk by her and like just like brush her hair and like pretend like I'm styling it, like her little bangs, and I'm like going like this to like do like a dusty feather bang, like I'm a fucking
What does she do?
hairstylist.
She just looks at you?
She doesn't do anything. I said this on Melissa Rivers' podcast, which by the way, guys, bonus episode dropping soon. Um, she has a lisp. Lola has a lisp.
But you seem to be happy about it.
Because can I tell you why? Can I tell you why?
Tell me why.
There is nothing that's not true. I was gonna say there's nothing about Lola that is like me. Her personality is mine, but she looks
That's a
so
huge to have your
she doesn't look
personality.
like me, and I want to feel connected to her so badly in that way. And I think hearing her have this lisp that I used to have, I'm like, Oh, you are me and I am you and we are one. I love her.
It's
Dude,
gonna cost you money to take her to speech therapy.
please. I am a speech therapist. I did the
Oh,
speech therapy so
you're
that
gonna
I
get buy
could
her
become
frosting?
correct.
Okay.
All
That's really
speech
the whole thing, isn't it?
speech therapy is putting frosting where your tongue
No,
is supposed to
don't say
go.
that because you're demeaning somebody who's listening to our
That's true.
podcast, and it's
Guys,
not true.
are you kidding me? The speech therapist saved my whole life. It gave me the confidence back that I didn't have.
For
So
when I forced you to
please.
be a debater,
Yes, but let's be real. What I remember from it as a child was they put frosting at the bottom of my
the roof
teeth.
of your mouth.
Look at this thumbs up. Like, I'm never going to do a podcast where this thumbs up doesn't pop up. Watch
It
this.
happened on David's.
Watch this.
I have no idea what you're doing. Why doesn't it work for me?
It's fine. I don't know, but the way that you do a thumbs up, it makes me want to cry of laughter. Watch this. You do a thumbs down. This is how I feel. This is what I wish it was doing all the time.
What's wrong with my thumbs up?
You go like this. It's like a short thumbs up. Just like elongate your thumb.
Oh, that
Yes.
hurts. That
Mommy.
hurts. Ay, me duele.
That's why you go like this. It's like a little old lady. Good job, kid. Um, okay, I don't even know what I was talking about, but there are some gossip that I want to talk about. Oh, I remember
Okay.
what I was talking about. The lisp. Basically, you put the frosting at the place where my tongue is supposed to go, so I can do S's without having a lisp. It was the best. And then you do exercises at home. You just go sa sa as su.
With frosting?
No, not
No.
with frosting at home. What are you crazy? I'm a kid. I'm just a kid. Just a little kid. Okay. Let's do some gossip and then we're going to wrap this out.
Okay.
You have made me change this format in a way that makes me unstable. And I'm already unstable.
You're
So
already to yeah, I know, but I needed to take over because
I know cuz you think I'm just like a quiet little mouse now and I don't want to talk about
right.
things. I needed a mental health break.
No, it's not that. It's just right now you're fragile.
I'm so fragile.
Yeah.
So
Don't
fragile.
start crying.
No, I'm not going to, but like mama's fragile.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know you're fragile.
Okay. Let's do gossip. Ariana Grande just came out with a new song called Yes and. Have you listened to it?
Didn't she already do that song? Yes,
That's
and
no, that's Thank You Next.
¿Qué
But
come mierda?
I want you to know that Kenny loves your stance on Ariana Grande.
Really?
Yeah.
He doesn't like her either?
No, he loves her, but I think he just thinks that you're funny. So Ariana Grande came out with a new song called Yes and it's basically about the fact it's not about anything other than her telling the audience like, yes, I did all this bad shit
And
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 yeah,
what about it?
yeah.
¿Qué
She's
come
like,
mierda?
yes, I
It's so deep. Jesus, bottom of the ocean kind of shit going on here.
Well, I didn't know this until yesterday, but I don't hate the song. It's like a whatever song. It is a I think she's sampling Vogue by Madonna, which I hate. Like Ariana Grande never does, sampling the music. She's like pretty creative and like original with her stuff. And then she sampled a song for this album when she
What
hasn't
is this
even
term of art that you're using? Sample a song. It's doing a cover?
it's taking a piece of the song, like a chorus or the melody or whatever, and then kind of repurposing it for your own song. So the melody of Vogue she is using for her song. Yeah, that feels like the right description of what sampling is.
She's
Anyways,
stealing.
no, she's not stealing. It's under the umbrella of what you can do. But anyways, the whole thing, the actual gossip of this is the controversy was she left her marriage after like a year of being with this guy or a couple of years of being with this guy and then she started dating her co-star and this co-star is married with like small kids and she just like was like yeah whatever I don't care with this song was basically saying yeah whatever I don't care and she's lost 350,000 Instagram followers
Because of what?
because of this because she's like I don't give a shit about what I did and people are probably like you're insensitive and you're not a real person if you are just like releasing a song being like yeah I don't care
Yeah.
so
We should never talk about her again.
Oh my God. When you're not interested in something, you give no
It's just that
opinion.
she's like a 12-year-old. She's
When
too
I
young for you.
No, she's my age. What are you
Oh, is
talking
she?
about? Yes, she's just a short person. That doesn't make her like
Young.
me. You need to give me a little bit, okay? Because I talk about shit that I don't want to talk about, and I give you my all.
Oh
If we're
my
talking about
God.
Ariana Grande and I care about it,
I
you're
can't give you my all.
okay, but you can give me 30%.
Okay. And you've already gotten that. Next subject.
All you said is, oh, wow, que come mierda. Que come mierda. Okay. Let's talk about the Emmys for a minute.
Yes.
Did you see Camila Marone's stunning angel red dress that I posted on her Instagram
Yeah.
story?
Wow. She looked amazing.
Wowzers.
Yeah. She looked amazing.
Wowzers. And then her co-star, Suki Waterhouse, with that gorgeous red dress. She's like 7 months pregnant. Did you see this? I think you might like this. Or you'll actually hate it more than anything in the world, but I think you might like it. Suki Waterhouse. If she didn't post this, oh, she did. I'm trying to find a good angle because I don't know if you're gonna that I'm looking at it. I think you might actually hate it. She's pregnant. Can you
She looks
see?
great. I love it. Oh my God. I love it. So pretty.
So
Gorgeous.
pretty.
So pretty. Yeah.
Anyways, just had to give her her flowers. Christina Applegate, you said you wanted to talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. I didn't know Christina Applegate had MS.
Mm-hmm.
You knew this?
Yes.
So she had MS, and when she came out on stage to the music of Married with Children,
Mm-hmm.
right? That was,
Yeah.
everybody, they gave her a standing ovation, and, she spoke, and every time she would say something, they would stand up and give her a standing ovation. And she said, "You don't have to applaud after everything I do."
Mm-hmm.
And I just started thinking how, you know, and I really think that anybody that's listening that's my age, 35,
Mm-hmm.
needs to, probably thinks about this, that one day you're perfectly fine. And then in 2021, she was diagnosed, and here we are. And she's already decided she'll never be able to act again. She can't walk on her own.
Yeah.
And she just wants to be treated like a normal person, not like
Right. Like pity
speaking a
me.
complete sentence is a feat of some kind. And
Right.
it made me feel so, I don't like, not scared, but human and vulnerable, and like, dude, we're all
Gonna
just
die.
that. No, but you look at somebody like that, um, and all you think is, but for the grace of God, there go I. Like, it could
Jeez.
be me, it could be you, it could be
For
anybody. And
sure.
And so a lot of times we talk about, like, oh, celebrities, they live these lives, and we think that they're affluent, they were at the parties, and they know all the great people, and it's not always, you know what I mean?
Rainbows and
Some of you that
butterflies.
are, home, and today was, Wednesday night meatloaf, and your kids are tucked at home safe, and you have your health. Jesus, just be grateful. And I know we just joke around and we talk about it's kind of silly stuff sometimes, but and, you know, I think it's important to acknowledge these things.
I agree.
When you see a star of somebody like that shouldn't even look like the same person.
Yeah. It's sad. But
Yeah.
she was just so great in herself, and I love her.
Yeah. I love her too. I love her too. But that's what I didn't want to make a great speech about it, but
You just did, baby. You just did. Just made a great speech.
hold on.
Oh my
Wait, because
God, you're
she's,
getting another text.
yeah.
Okay, well, while you text Nicole, I'm just going to talk about this because I know that you haven't seen it.
Okay.
The This Is Me Now, Jennifer Lopez trailer for her movie, visual album. I don't know exactly what it is, but it is one of the most confusing things that I think I've ever seen, ever seen. But God, am I excited to see it. Wow. I mean, I am going to tuck myself into my bed with the heating pad under my butt and then a double blanket on top of me, so I'm so warm and cozy, and I'm gonna have my AirPods in. I'm gonna put the volume to, like, about 6 or 7, so I can still kind of hear what's going around in the world, but I'm really involved in Jennifer Lopez's This Is Me Now film, and I'm just gonna go on a journey with her, and
With who? Jennifer Lopez?
yeah, with J.Lo, and I'm excited about it, but that trailer was so wild. If you haven't taken a look, do yourself a favor and go to Jennifer Lopez's Instagram and take a look at that trailer. Take a look. God.
Hold
Sometimes
on.
I hate that she has her name on my body, but then I remember, you know what? She deserves that place right here on my finger. That J-Lo. She really knows what she's doing, that girl. Who's that girl? Na 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 na. Who's that? When all we're doing is waiting for my mom to finish texting because
Wait, hold
she
on.
has decided that this is her time, the time that we've decided to do this podcast, which for the viewers at home, it's 8:30 p.m. PST, which means it's 10:30
No,
EST,
11:30. Yeah.
11:30 EST. And this woman, I bet you, has still, I mean, she's got so many things she's got to do before she's got to get on that plane
Oh,
tomorrow.
yeah, a lot, a
So
lot,
many things.
a lot, but
Yeah, but Nicole comes first for sure, for sure,
it's
for
not
sure.
that. You
No,
just,
I know. Listen, they're filming the reunion tomorrow. I get it. You gotta, and
she's not asking me anything about the reunion.
it doesn't even matter. She's pregnant.
That's
I
why
do not.
that's what I've been like nagging her because it's
I
like,
don't. Uh, I don't wish that on my worst enemy to be pregnant at a reunion taping. They better give
yeah.
her 400 water breaks and like pee breaks.
Well, Marisol takes a bunch of pee breaks
Oh yeah,
because of
that's true. Because she's an
her
alcoholic.
thing. Yeah,
Her
but
thing, her
she should wear
alcoholism.
she should wear Depends.
She should wear Depends. I bet she does wear
One of them
Depends.
needs diapers. The other ones will be buying diapers soon.
Have we been doing this podcast for 4 hours?
It feels like it. Yes,
Should we just end this? I think I'm done. I
I'm
talked
done
about what I
too.
needed to talk about. Did you talk
Me
about what
too.
you needed to talk about?
Yeah, I did.
There's going to
I
be
think
some,
you're gonna have to edit it.
I was going to say there's going to be some heavy editing for me. I'm so glad. Thank you for all of the work that you just
I'm
put on my
sorry.
plate. Was this a hectic episode? It was a little crazy, wasn't it?
It was a little hectic because I had just seen that and I was mad. And I'm not mad anymore, but
You were
I
mad.
stand.
I was fragile.
You were very
It's
fragile.
it's midnight for you basically.
It is.
We've never done the podcast at this time, and maybe we never will again.
Maybe we won't.
I think that's the end for the late night session.
Yeah.
That's
But
what this should be called, the late night
last week we
session.
didn't talk about Miami, and so
I know
very
we
much.
needed to come back with a
Yeah.
vengeance, I guess.
And we
Oh my
did.
God.
So I'll see
Okay.
you mañana.
I'll see you mañana.
Lola will be home.
Yeah, I mean she'll be in daycare in the beginning of the day, but we'll pull her out. I won't be here for Thursday or Friday, basically,
What
because
time is, oh, you won't be there. So am I going straight to your house from the airport like I
yeah,
usually do?
just text John Liam because I won't be
And
here.
then and then what can I do?
I don't know. We can talk about this offline. I don't think we have to tell the podcast this.
Can I
Guys,
just
follow
take
our
her?
Instagram at Beba_Rod, at Mommy Issues, at Anna Cooks QOKS.
What time is her nap? 1:30?
No, at 12. She'll
Oh,
be
at
done
12.
with
Okay,
her
so but she'll
naps.
be done with her nap by the time I get there because I have a car and all that. Then can't I just take her with me?
Yeah, you can take her to like the park or something, or
I can
take her
take her
to
to what
lunch.
time is her next nap after that? You can
There's
cut
only
this out.
one nap. There's only one nap.
So that's it. No more naps after that.
Yeah.
So I can just take her with me. I can take her with me. I'll put the car seat in the car and take her with me to go check into my hotel and
No, not to
to
check into your hotel. That's crazy.
why?
Just okay, whatever.
Check into my
Just do
hotel. It's just
whatever you
like a
want.
little yeah, like
Just do whatever you
I
want.
can
But
handle her.
I need John Liam to teach you how to do the car seat properly. You have to buckle her in for real, for real.
Of course, he
I
has to
know,
put it in the
but
car.
let's
If I would not take that
okay.
chance.
Let's just
I
remember
wouldn't.
the last time you
Plus,
buckled her in.
maybe I wouldn't even go to my hotel. I would just take her. We'll go to lunch. We'll go do whatever, and then I'll bring her back after. So when we go to the other thing.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
I'm
great.
glad we said all this on camera.
Now I really have to like hold you to it and you hold me to it. Okay, love you.
Okay.
Bye.
Love you. Bye.